Hi, beautiful people. Happy solstice. I'm Eva. I'm the best woman or man, or the gender neutral term I wanted to go with, the best person in the whole world. But Addy and Natalie told me I couldn't make it about me, so just like Angela, like, not about me, it's about you guys. So I've known Addy for going on 16 years. My entire adult life I've known him. And we have gone to a lot of different places. I met him at Notre Dame, and we lived together in Japan. We've been to IU. I haven't really spent time in DC, so I'm happy to meet all you DC folk. Anyways, one of the first things that really got me about Addy was him not being a judgy bee. He doesn't. He's not. He doesn't care about where you're from, if you're rich or poor. He cares about who you are from the soul. He really does. And that's how he's collected such a wonderful group of people tonight. Addy and I have gone on many adventures, from running away from water buffalo when we got lost in the jungles of Panama, to finding out the doorframe is not the safest place in an earthquake in Japan, or inhaling in plastics when we toured the slums of Dubai. We've gone many places, and if you've had the chance to hang out with Addy, whether you planned it or not, whether you meant to or not, you're gonna be in for an adventure. He's gonna maybe try to open up your mind about a new idea, maybe try to make you eat that really weird thing you've never tried before, or just go try and travel and have a new experience. That's what Addy does. He likes to push people's buttons. It really has. And if it wasn't for Addy and him pushing, I probably would never have gone to college. I would have never seen the world. And I also would have never learned how to drive stick shift. And as you guys might have heard some odd years ago, Addy did push Natalie on this mountain, not literally, to try skiing. And to her credit, she never gave up. And to this day, they run more black diamonds than you can find in a jewelry store. I was so excited when Addy first started telling me about Natalie. He came to me, he was all excited, like, girl talk. And he was like, there's this wonderful girl that could talk politics with him and geek out about stuff that I don't understand politics, so could not understand, but it was beautiful. And one of the things that he told me was, do you want to know what her catchphrase is? Is it safe? And if you know Natalie is the person to make sure everybody has sunscreen. Everyone needs to have a helmet, and she triple checks everything. And when I learned about how cautious she was, how safe she was, I thought this was the perfect pairing with Addy. His boundless ambition pairs perfectly with her cautious nature, and I really appreciate that. Because he doesn't need someone to pull the brakes on his adventure. He needs someone there sitting right next to him, strapped in and ready to go. So if you guys all want to raise a glass. So let's cheers to stick shifts and safety belts, to pushing buttons and buckling up. Cheers to Addy and Natalie.
Welcome friends and family that came far, since nobody lives here and this is their fault. It's a long trip to get here. Thank you guys for coming. Now I'm looking for, where's our officiant? It's your fault. I have a cheat sheet, but you took everything about Natalie and Aaron. I have nothing to say now. I have met most of you, I think. If you remember, I'm Aaron's mom. And being a single mom, it's not easy. But Aaron just made himself into a self-made man. High school, went to Florida Air Academy, missing group here from FAA. And then Notre Dame, IU, Australia. he has been a very independent, strong person that made him a thoughtful, caring, and for who he is, that's why you are all here. Aaron has other quirks too, like if you invite him for dinner at 7 o'clock, his plane arrives at 10 o'clock. So you tell him it's lunch, not dinner, so he makes his flight for dinner. But he's worth the wait. And he loves to cook, so he can make it up that way. You already know Aaron. You've spent time with him, adventures, misadventures. If you watch a movie, turn off the movie. He puts on his own narrative. Isn't it? Agree? Yes, yes. So now let me go to Natalie. I have a cheat sheet. See, I'm a single mom. Can you see? I make it work. That's why he is who he is. So he told me, Mom, I met this beautiful woman, and like, really? She must be very brave. She must be the real opposite personality of America. To compliment him, like, this is Aaron. Mom, can we do a video call, Mom, to teach me how to do garlic fried rice and adobo? And he's in Australia, and I think I was in Italy somewhere. And this is Natalie. Hi, did you read my email? And I'm like, oh, they're a perfect match. Natalie, you have been a part of our lives for many years, and now officially welcome. She's a very thoughtful, not only beautiful, in and out, very virtuous woman. Welcome to the family. They have done lots of travels, skiing, love for animals, that's why there's Harry, lots of misadventures. So we are all here to support Aaron and Natalie's future journey together. More love each day. Toast to them.
Give it up for Rachel, you guys.
Thank you so much. Hello. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel, and I am so honored to be here today to celebrate two of my favorite people on the planet. Not gonna be able to get through it, you guys. Thank you so much to Mr. and Mrs. Rowthorne and Addy's mom, Mrs. Ionelli, and of course, Natalie and Addy for bringing us all together to celebrate their extraordinary love. I've known these two a long, long time, and it's crazy to think about the cosmic series of events that have led to this day. I feel like our lives change and are defined by little moments, tiny things that we don't even know will have an effect in the long run. And I can pinpoint one such moment in my own life in January or February of 2013. I don't remember the exact day, but I do remember where I was. I was standing in line at Buffalo's in Bloomington, Indiana. And it wasn't the chicken wings that changed my life, although they're very good. It was the fact that my place in line would literally introduce me to most of my best friends, all of whom made the trip out to be here today, and one in particular, my dear, dear Natty Ice. I didn't know that standing in that line that I would meet someone who I would get to go on spring break with, spend hours driving in the car with, celebrate countless birthdays and New Year's Eves with. That night I gained a friend. Yeah. Thanks. That night I gained a friend who is not only kind, present, and loyal. This girl is a vault. Tell her a secret and it's over. She is also quite silly, and she puts as much time, effort, and care into her friendships as she does her playlists. And when we both independently decided to move to a new city, taking very different paths, I always knew that if I needed to be rescued from a bad date or just wanted to go out to a Harry Potter bar, I could count on Natalie. She would be there. Who knew that all of that would start at Buffalo's? Thank you, Buffalo's. Natalie and Addy have had a big relationship. They've ridden camels in Egypt. They've had family reunions in the Philippines. They convinced me to go dune buggying through a mud river in Punta Cana. And they literally got engaged after jumping out of a plane onto a mountain in France, something like that. Yeah, something like that. The first time I remember meeting Addy, Don't come for me, I don't exactly remember when we first met, but you were wearing a full-length fur coat in a dive bar in Wrigleyville. Subtle, you are not, my friend. But I have to imagine that what has defined your relationship have been the smaller, quieter moments that you didn't even realize were so defining. The first time Nat made an appearance on Addy's radio show, cooking dinner together, Addy cooking, Natty filming, going on walks with Harry. That is what has sustained you, and I'm so lucky to have witnessed so much of that part of your relationship firsthand. And what I remember from that night in Chicago, aside from the coat, because it was iconic and it lives on, was the fact that Addy brought Natalie out of her shell. She was silly, sometimes loud, free and unencumbered, a side of Natalie that up until that point was really just reserved for her closest friends. And it's what they continue to bring out in each other to this day, pure joy. You guys are just constantly crushing on each other, and I just love to see it. And over the years, Addy and I have also developed quite the bond, thanks in part to our shared hatred of Cory Booker and and shared love of rooftops and live music. So lucky me, I remained a permanent fixture with these two for the rest of my time living in DC. And what I've seen is that while you are the yin to each other's yang, Addy pushes Natalie out of her comfort zone, and Natalie grounds Addy like only she can. You are so much more alike than you are different. And all of the beautiful qualities I've seen in Natalie over the course of our 11-year friendship, Addy shares. Fiercely loyal, amazingly present, curator of dynamite playlists. You also just both care so deeply about the people in your lives. And you'll drop anything for anyone in this room. And how lucky we all are to have made the cut. I'm almost done. And that's the key to your beautiful dynamic. The way you care about the people in your lives is mirrored in the love that you show each other. And seeing your relationship grow and thrive, the adventures you've gone on, everything you've endured and experienced, always coming out stronger, truly each other's ride or die. I'm so lucky, honored, and eternally grateful to call you two of my best friends. And I'm so excited to watch you embark on this new adventure and all of the little moments along the way. I love you both so much. Cheers to Natalie! Cheers to Natalie!
Natalie. Do me a favor. Thank you. Next time you ask me to speak, let me go first. Because I've had to rewrite my entire speech on the fly. So it's going to be disjointed and out of order, but just as warm and heartfelt. When I had hair, it was the same color. I'm probably the oldest person here. And I've attended a lot of events, but I've never been at one with this level of friendship and devotion. I'm gonna get it out eventually. The vibe that comes through this entire room. And it is true. The friendship spreads out to the whole room from one person to another. I don't think I've ever been in a group this large with so many people, so much warmth, and so much devotion to each other. Many of you we've known before. We've already considered many of you part of our family. And the folks here, we're not all going to be related, but we're going to feel like we're related. We are absolutely delighted to be merging these two families. Every single person we know has been absolutely wonderful, warm, and sweet and devoted. These two are so similar. They're both very smart. They're both very educated. They both have wonderful families. They both have good goals. They love to travel. And my punchline went down the road with they love the dog. That's the only one I thought was going to work. Raising Natalie has been a wonderful thing. You watch them grow. You watch them make decisions. You see them make choices. We have always been proud of Natalie's choices. All of them. And the most recent one we are proud of is her choice of a husband.
Yeah.
In addition to my pride for Natalie, I could not be more proud of my son-in-law. And I mean that with all sincerity. I hope we can spend more time together. We have already. We've considered him part of the family for a very long time. We have two families merged officially now. They have been, in fact, merged for a long time. I can't thank everybody enough for showing up. It speaks highly of you. It speaks highly of your loyalty. It speaks highly of the two newlyweds. So thank you for coming, especially people came from the other side of the world. I don't like driving down the corner. Jeez. In all sincerity, I thank you. I cannot be more impressed. And thank you for coming. Sorry I didn't hold it together completely, but you know, it's not easy. Welcome, son-in-law. Thank you.
Oh, give it to Addy.
Maybe about half the people on this side of the room has heard this, and apologies, Austin, I'm about to lift straight out of your hymn book, but you know, there are steamships and there are wood ships. There are ships that sail at sea, but the best ships are friendships. May they always be.